everyone, it's Mina. Today I review Adele's skill and share my tips for boosting. The first one is Artistic Recall. It's her return skill. You'll learn this skill at the end of Adele's storycast when you're leaving Ristonia. Exclusive spell is the Echo of Hero skill for Adele. It's a power buff that applies to you and nearby characters. You'll learn this skill once you reach level 200. For the passive skills, I explain them all at the end. At level 10, you will learn Blade of Will. This is your main skill. The second one is Magic Dispatch. You can use these two skills until you reach level 30. As you can see, she has this joint skill for double jump. You can use it with upper arrow key for the upper jump. The last one is High Rise. It allows you to fly for a bit. You can jump and press upper arrow key twice. You can also attack mobs while flying. It's a very useful skill for bossing as you can avoid certain patterns. If you don't like to fly, you can simply right-click to disable the skill. From level 30, Aether Waving passive skill allows you to gain Aether Swords. Aether can be charged over time as well as by using trigger skills. Aether Crystal is another important passive skill. When attacking mobs, up to 7 Aether Crystals can be created on the map. I explain it more after. Skewering is your main skill as well as the first trigger skill that you learn. You'll have 4 trigger skills in total. As I said earlier, by attacking mobs using trigger skill can collect Aether. Not only collecting Aether, trigger skill can trigger on-off skills as well. Adele has 2 on-off skills in total. Ethereal Arms is the first on-off skill. Make sure to click and turn it on. As you can see, the Magic Dispatch skill from the first job can be auto-used when you're using the trigger skill. The second on-off skill is Aether Forge. As you can see, the collected Aether Swords attack the mobs. It only triggers when using trigger skill as well. Also, the number of hits is determined depending on the number of Aether Swords in possession. If you don't have any, this skill would not be triggered. Therefore, make sure to keep at least 1 Aether Sword. Impale skill throws and creates 1 Aether Crystal. Resonance Rush rushes to the Aether Crystal in the map. At the same time, it will consume 1 Aether Crystal. If Resonance Rush hits mobs, you'll get a buff that can be stacked up twice. If there's already Aether Crystal on the map, you can only use Resonance Rush. Using Impale and Resonance Rush, you can move further. It goes to 8 direction. You can use both Impale and Resonance Rush skills together to move to the desired direction or to get and stack up the buff skill. During bossing, Impale is very useful to target the boss with Resonance Rush. A small tip for Resonance Rush: if you put it in the macro, it reduces delay when using it after Impale. Weave Infusion is a buff skill that boosts attack speed. The rest are passive skills that I will explain after. Eviscerate is the second trigger skill as well as the main skill. You can only use Hunting Decree when Aether Forge is on. It is summon 2 Aether Swords per sword displayed. For now, you'll be able to summon 4 swords. Summoned swords are following you while attacking nearby mobs, and it lasts for 40 seconds. Summoned sword can rush towards you with noble summons. If the sword hit mobs when using noble summons, you ignore 10% of defense for the mobs. Region of Destruction creates an area attacking mobs for 7 seconds. True Nobility and Feather Float skills are mostly used in bossing. Feather Float can be used to escape certain boss patterns. It It is considered as a teleport so that you can skip the laser pattern. True Nobility is a shield. I mostly use this to ensure my survival while bursting and bossing. With Aether Mastery, you'll be able to summon 6 swords in total. Clav is your final main skill. It's also a trigger skill. Clav has 3 different skill displays, but the effects are the same. It just makes the skill more artistic and pretty. Aether Bloom spins the Aether Sword summoned. You can use it after noble summons to target a specific enemy. You can use them when targeting a boss monster. While mobbing, just only use Aether Bloom to target as many mobs as possible. Do you see the difference? Grave Proclamation marks one enemy with the most HP, increasing 20% damage and 10% ignore defense towards the mob that has been marked. You definitely use this skill for boss monster. As you can see, summon swords are also only targeting the marked enemy. Aether Guard is an invincible skill. It's also useful while bossing. Hero of the Flora is the buff skill, and Floran Hero's Will is the skill to escape abnormal status. Plummet is the last trigger skill. You can dive to the ground while attacking. I know that not everyone uses this skill, but I do. I use it whenever there's mobs when I need to jump down. Resist pulling up, especially in Hungry Muto. You can teleport toward the water much quicker when using Plummet's skill. And if the video was helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Blade Torrent is a bind skill. As you can see, it targets 6 mobs. You can also use it while jumping. Divine Res is a buff skill that increases damage. Shardbreaker is an attack skill that covers a large area. I love it. Infinity Blade is on Adele's burst skill. It summons extra swords, but these are not affected by noble summons and Aether Bloom. But it does target the enemy with Grave Proclamation. It's also an invincible skill when casting and finishing. 2 different moments that are laggy. Legacy Restoration is a buff skill increasing damage, amount of Aether gained, and max swords to 8. Ruin is another burst skill, and Storm consumes summoned sword and creates areas around you to attack mobs. I mostly use it while mobbing. It can also be useful to clear the bombs or other mobs that disturb you while bossing. Just a quick review, on-off skills attacks mobs when activated. It can be triggered by the 4 trigger skills below. Don't summon or Aether swords, but keep at least 1 pair of swords to trigger Aether Forge skill. The number of hits increases in proportion to the number of Aether swords in possession. There are 4 trigger skills. Using these, you can collect Aether as well as trigger on-off skills. These are the list of skills that Adele has for bossing. She has upper jump, teleport, flying, 2 invincible skills, bind skill, hero's will, shield, 3 different ways to increase ignore defense, including 2 stacks of resonance rush hit, hitting while gathering swords using noble summons, and marking with grave proclamation. And lastly, buff skills. These are the summary of all passive skills. With magic conversion, 35% of the magic attack of the equipment, excluding weapons, is converted to the attack power. Will to Live skill restores 4% of max HP and MP every 5 seconds. And the rest you can check it out if you need. Lastly, her Legion bonus is increasing strength. Link's skill is increasing boss damage. Personally, Adele is a very strong character, so I highly recommend to anyone starting or returning to Maplestory. She also has fewer buff skills and has various utilities for bossing. About the burning, my answer is no. Don't waste your burning booster for Adele. She doesn't need one. That's it for today. Thank you for watching till the end and see you in the next videos.